Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Dungeons & Dragons live stream where a group of high school friends attempt to play Dungeons & Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Stephen as Finric the Monk, Erin as Agnes the Bard, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard, and Chris as Paelias the Cleric. I am Shawn, your ever faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live. All right. Well, let's recap because it was a pretty exciting episode. If you guys don't remember, you took on a dragon and succeeded. It all started at Dalk. Of course it did. Dalk and noon. The Duke was demanding that the magic towers contribute to the fight against the dragon. You guys head out to the streets, talk to the guards, see what's going on, and you end up heading over to the Parliament buildings, where you see a dark dragon-shaped shadow cross overhead, and then spew acid onto a bunch of guards, and a battle ensues. Agnes and Paelias did succumb to the frightening presence of the dragon. And then while Agnes inspires Finric, he runs up a wall, he eventually jumps across the courtyard onto the dragon. Paelias makes a guardian in the form of Mrs. Doubtfire and brings out his spiritual guardians. Mr. Bones even got a critical hit. Some legendary resistances definitely helped the dragon fight off various spells and stunning strikes. But under many blows and fireballs, even some dancing skeletons, the dragon eventually tries to get away. Finric gives chase, ends up riding on top of it, and the dragon plummets to the ground with Finric on top. Oh, and Brock was an invisible eagle and apparently landed nearby, and then became Brock, and then became uninvisible. Agnes sends word to Shogun Evath and Wimblecat, who all meet up with you guys as the three groups converge in the estates where the dragon hit the ground. And because of the curfew and everyone being inside, you act quickly to make sure the dragon's dead. You sever the head, and Shogun Diane Kovath teleports the body to the adept's quarters. And then you folks use the helm of teleportation to teleport all the rest of you into the adept's quarters. Now, the interesting thing with that is the adept does have a wall of force surrounding the teleportation circle in their quarters. So if anything teleports in, he can sort of allow it in or not. However, the Shogun knows this and messaged him. And so all of a sudden, you are all in a very crowded, not quite the scale, but a headless dragon body, the Shogun, the adept, all of you, including Brock, including Wimblecat, including Mr. Bones, you are all on the top floor of Tower Evath. And that's where we'll pick things up tonight.
Oh, it's a tight squeeze in here. Can we move out of here?
What is going on?
There's a wall.
We just saved Wesleyville.
It's shrinking.
No, the wall of force is gone. He turned it off. Are you miming? Practicing your miming.
I don't feel that great.
Oh my goodness, you are bleeding profusely, sir.
I would have thought most of the blood would be out by now, but am I still bleeding?
You've got a wound of parapet closure. You'll be fine.
Can we save some of his blood in a vial to clone him?
I mean, sure. You want
I
to.
might as well just start from scratch.
What does that mean? Get his parents back.
Yeah. I
Perhaps.
mean, the clone, right? How does that work?
Wait, are you seriously asking me to clone you?
Can you?
I mean, of course.
I'll take one too.
That's not how it works. It costs a lot of money.
I know a guy.
Actually, we know the Duke. He owes us big time.
Duke owes us money. This was the Duke at one point.
All right, so
Thank you.
It's what happens when you.
how sure are we that this is the dragon that was impersonating the Duke and that was betrothed to Shogun Moondrop?
I kicked the corpse. We're sure.
We're pretty certain that this. Well, here's the thing. How many black dragons are you familiar with?
To be perfectly honest, I wasn't really familiar with this one up until about maybe 6 months ago.
So, based on the mission that the fake Duke sent me and my other companions on, and the information that we learned about this fake Duke, and finding the real Duke, and hearing about everything that was going on, I'm pretty certain that this is at least the dragon whose lair that we were in the marshes. Which would be the only black dragon that I'm aware of.
Well, and from what research I've done, dragons tend to be loners, especially dragons of the same color. There are, of course, the rumors of the blue dragon in the mountains to the south, the southeast of here. And, of course, Snowcrest has been seen in Torren around 50 or so years ago. And there are also rumors of other dragons, but I will be cautiously optimistic that this was the only dragon around here. And now it's in my office. Wonderful.
Well, we could just prestigiation this, and we've got plenty of unseen servants that can take care of this.
Mr. Bones, clean this up.
No, that's quite all right. What?
Do you have any? Do you have any of those healing spells?
Don't you have a cleric with you?
Do you do that? Yeah, but I don't know, but he hasn't really been helpful so far.
Shogun Kovath turns to you, Paelias. Do you think you have the ability to heal your friend? I could find someone here in the tower, but
I could do a cure wounds on him, but that's only going to give him like maybe 16 maximum points back.
Get a student for some good practice.
Yeah, just give me 10
don't
minutes.
really
I'll prepare
do a
something.
lot of healing here, but
Just gonna lie here for
Or
6
damage
hours.
dealers, I guess.
The offense tower.
that's where the great defense is a solid offense.
Yeah, I just gotta find my book.
Well, I conjure a chair for Finric to sit in so he can relax.
How about I put you up in quarters? We have some guest quarters on the 7th floor of the tower. I could put you up there.
Wait, is that downstairs or upstairs?
It is downstairs.
Okay, I can make it downstairs.
Mr. Bones, you want to help him downstairs?
Just carry him in your rib cage.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, he's a. You are a halfling, right?
Yes.
Mr.
yeah,
Bones.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got healing. Paelias, what do you got?
You gotta do preserve life, restore 60 hit points, and divide the hit points among the team.
Sounds pretty
Anybody
good.
else need them, or is it just Finner?
I think Brock's probably fine. It would just be whatever you would need and whatever Finric would need. I'm all right. I think Twizzard is okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I can do no more than half your hit point maximum. So what's your maximum?
87.
Oh, Brock's hard a bit.
Cool. So yeah, I'll give you 30, and I'll give me 30. Unless
All
someone
right.
else needs it.
He needs it too.
Brock needs it.
No,
Brock
no.
Brock is missing 20 points about.
I'll just turn into a bear.
But Paelias needs it more
I'm
than Brock
missing
does.
70.
And
Oh, yeah.
Finric needs it more than both.
You're missing 70.
Oh, you're still missing 70?
No, I'm missing 40. Thank you.
Ah, you're
Oh,
fine.
Yeah, but I'm no longer bloodied. Barely.
There you go.
Do you all have a plan moving forward? I mean, you have accomplished quite a lot in the last 2 days. First the fall of Falrith, now this black dragon. It's a
Oh, it's
lifetime's
been a long
worth.
time coming.
It's a lifetime's worth of accomplishments.
Well, we're going to try to make sure that the Duke can come back fairly seamlessly, but we have this issue with Shogren Moondrop because he's not technically married to her, and I don't think he wants to be married to her.
Yes, of course. The question that I have in my mind is Adept Rudlin in on this, or was it the Shogren acting on her own accord in order to take over as Adept of the other tower? But either way, we have the Duke here safe in our tower. I admit I am not. I focus more on learning and honing my arcane craft. I'm not one for politics so much. I would look to you all.
About politics.
I would look to you all for a plan.
Very well. I will be the new Duke.
No, we already have the Duke, the original Duke.
Well, he's hiding. I don't have to hide, so. I am not a black dragon. But I am black.
There is a period of time right now when presumably the Duke's presence, while now he's missing, we have a window to act. I believe that putting the actual Duke back into power now that, well, the danger of the dragon has passed, but perhaps not Moondrop. Oh my goodness. What if we... I don't know.
Well, we
This
have
is-
a hat of disguise.
Well-
Lies could be the Duke for a while.
Well, wait, should the Duke... I mean, it seems like part of this should be the Duke's
Decision.
say. Yeah. I mean, we can
Of
lay
course,
out
of course.
to him... We can lay out to him what we think, but...
Why don't you head
This is for him.
to your chambers, have a short rest,
Mm-hmm.
clean yourselves up a bit. I will send the Duke to visit you soon.
Sounds good.
Where are our chambers?
On the 7th floor.
Oh, we live here now.
I can show you. Diane Koveth.
Can we
She-
get robes?
I thought you already had robes.
Wait, this is red or black tower?
This is the red
The
floor.
Red Tower.
We have black robes.
Oh, I thought you had. I thought we got 2 of each or
I
something.
think you got
You have
a
2.
long time ago. I think you got, yeah. I don't know how many you got total, though. You got
And we
only
got one
4?
from Mr. Bones too. I remember that.
I think
Definitely got a big
you
one for
got
Mr.
2
Bones.
of one and 2 of the other.
Right next to your carpet.
Would, welcome to Wimblecat's House of Wonders. Would anyone mind if I borrowed a couple of these scales?
Where'd Wimblecat come
Well, I called him here,
Oh.
but
I've been standing over here in the corner, just taking it all in.
Now, when you say borrow, are you really going to return them, or do you just want them?
No,
Because I completely understand.
I'll just take them. No, if we're being honest with each other.
Yes, of course. There's plenty of scales to go around, I'm sure.
I just need one to make my armor. It's dragon scale loincloth. Just in the front.
I feel like it's more like a dragon scale cup.
How
We
big are these
will
plates?
we will store the dragon's body here. You are welcome to as many scales as you would like. Wimblecat, always a pleasure. Adept Evath, always a pleasure to see you as well. You notice Wimblecat has like put a couple scales into a bag of holding. And Agnes, the Ateum, always a pleasure. Please call on me again if you need my services.
Of course.
Disappears. All right. Kovath brings you folks down to a lower level. Sort of a couple beds. It's like it looks like it may be normally used for some upperclassmen to stay, but they are not there currently. So you have the room or the whole level to yourselves.
Nice. All right. Short resting it up.
Yeah, have the benefits of a short rest.
Yes.
Which also means that you can roll any hit dice if you'd like to regain more life.
Right, and I could do a Song of Rest, which means that
Ooh, nice.
you get an extra 1d6, I think. Let me just double check that.
I'm going to use my arcane recovery. Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose expended spell slots to recover.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't do a lot of short rests in this campaign, do we?
No, 1d8. So I can play some music, and anyone that could hear me can regain hit points at the end of a short rest by spending one or more hit dice. Each of those creatures regains an extra 1d8 hit points. So if you expend 2, you technically get yet a extra 1d8. So Finric, you could probably refill pretty easily.
Cool.
Yeah, and every long rest you get back up to half of your hit dice. So you could use half your hit dice if you want, and get Agnes's die, and probably be pretty close to full, if not full.
Okay,
All right.
that sounds good.
Did you want to discuss anything before the Duke comes to visit you? The real Duke.
How much does he owe us? We should all agree on a number.
Mhm.
We could probably get a house here.
The what's the hotel you always stay in? Can we just have that?
No, but no, Joaquin, that's his place. No, that's not. Sorry.
Maybe he'll think of to give us something better than what we're thinking.
Well, I mean, where did Skulldrake live? Because clearly Skulldrake doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, we'll take his house. He probably won't give us a house.
Right, but we should
I'm more
definitely.
concerned about eventually making my way to the Dragon Horde and being rich forever.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yes, so maybe we should ask for a bank vault.
Oh.
Oh, we need that.
And then.
Oh, wheelbarrow.
Now
We could just put stuff in a bag of holding.
Yeah.
There are limits to bags of holdings, but yeah.
Well, yes, but
We'll
we could
find that
dump it
real
out, go back, fill it up, dump it out, go back, fill it up. I mean, I've got teleportation, and I know that teleportation circle, so I'm good.
With 10 bags of holding in one
I'm
bag
gonna
of
keep
holding.
that secret safe with me. That's staying inside my head.
As you just broadcast it over the internet.
Well, no, you still need to know what it looks like in order to draw it, so that you could visit there.
Got a bunch of runes and shit.
Yeah, but do you know the spell to get there?
No.
No, you don't. You've never been there, Finric.
I've just heard Agnes tell me all about it.
But we should ask him how he would like to proceed. Would he like to maybe
Cash or check.
stay pretending that he is the bad Duke so he can get information from Moondrop, but is he going to be able to do that? Like, could we have him hit his head and have a concussion so he has temporary amnesia? But would Moondrop be like, yeah, no, a black dragon's not going to get temporary amnesia?
Well, I mean, maybe first things first, we see what he wants to do, and then we can kind of help him plan how to facilitate it.
Okay.
That sounds good. That sounds
I mean, I do feel like we should just take out Moondrop too. And maybe take out Adept Rudlin. I mean, we need that tablet, so
just level both towers.
If we were in charge of the tower, if we were in charge of Tower Rudlin, Mr. Twizzard could be an adept.
Oh my gosh, that's your end game right there. That's your retirement plan.
Everything in there.
Who's got the meteor thing?
That's Vinny, I think.
Okay.
Oh right.
We'll have to get them to meet us back.
That's a good plan.
So you're going to destroy the tower that we want to take over.
Yes.
And it could just eat a hole from the roof down to the ground.
Yes.
There's a good plan in there somewhere.
Yeah.
All right, but we do need that tablet.
Fair. Well, shall we see what the Duke wants first? Or how he feels?
All right. Duke's coming.
If I short rest now?
What's that?
Is it cool if I short rest now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing. We're just sitting around talking. I played my
my
loot so that you could regain your hit points. And...
Oh, yeah. Click that button. Click that button. All right, there's a knock at the door. Then you open it, and in walks the Duke. Now, yeah, I guess, Agnes, you saw the real Duke.
I saved the real Duke.
Yeah, okay. I don't know, have these guys ever met the real Duke? I don't think so.
Maybe when we originally came into Wesleyville to buy our house in Windbell? No.
Right, because the dragon was Skulldrake at that point.
Right.
Anyway. Oh, so, I hear that congratulations are in order. You have bested the dragon that killed my man Skulldrake and took my place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
this is a joyous day.
We can reinstate you in a way that will keep you safe and in charge.
Yes, this is a joyous day indeed. What, when you say keep me safe, isn't the threat gone?
Well, the thing is, the Dragon Duke married Shogren Moondrop. So does she know of what their plans are? And so if she's still at large, do we trust her to
Yes,
not...
that is a bit of a inconvenience. Perhaps she disappears. No, that will be poor optics. Let's see. Married. What to do about that? I mean, I can't let the realm know that I was not there. Oh my goodness. This is a problem. All the policies, everything, nobility will claim people who have grievances.
Why don't you say she put you under a spell?
Is that better?
I don't know. The problem with that is there will still be issues with policies that were put into effect I cannot walk back everything without losing face, and perhaps in the political world, having someone make your decisions for you is a surefire way to destroy everything you've built. We need a way. Maybe someone takes her place.
What does she look like? Is she attractive?
Are you going to try to seduce her, Mr. Twizzard?
I could borrow Paelias' hat and look like the Duke and go over and be like, "Oh, it's my wife."
And then when she finds out that you're not actually the Duke,
I'm gonna
you're
get her to fall in love with me.
and then you could divorce her for an affair.
Well, no, she'll run off with me.
Oh.
It's a long
Finric, did you have an idea?
I'm gonna sending stone you guys. What do you think Falrith's plan to get the tablet piece was, and can we enlist the Duke and Moondrop somehow to get us the tablet?
Well, that's why I thought we would just take over House Rudlin and then just take the tablet.
In all honesty, I never knew that guy's motivation for anything.
Balrith just wants power.
Rather than rather than taking over the whole tower, is it just as simple as like the Duke asking Moondrop to bring the tablet?
What is the tablet? Is that going to get us to an amulet?
That's going to lead to our end game, yes. Which is, well, Agnes's end game, which is bringing back the goddess Saloon.
Duke's just looking at us.
You've grown awfully quiet.
Well, we're trying to think of all of the different ways this can play out, and I don't really know how Moondrop is going to affect this. So it's hard to get that far in advance.
Well, let me ask, do we know how aware is the public about Falrith and his relationship with the Duke? Because that's also an angle to consider. That if the public are aware that there was this, the public is aware that there was this attack on him.
I mean, in the past, when I was in the proper role as the Duke, Falrith was very much a unwelcome guest. Perhaps there was some official pardoning that went on while I was either in the astral plane or in hiding here. I'm not 100% sure.
I guess my question, do people around town know what Falrith's relationship with the fake Duke was? Like, is there anything we need to be concerned about?
I think the biggest problem is Shogun Moondrop, and whether
Yeah,
if the entire Tower of Rudlin is aware that I was incapacitated, then that is an issue. If it was just the Shogun acting on her own, to her ends, that is... my preference would be to restore the balance between the two towers. Wesleyville has survived, for 1,000 years with this in place, and I fear a outright battle between such wizards would leave Wesleyville
A smoking crater.
a smoking crater.
It'd be fun though.
But
well,
if I can get back in power, you of course will all be handsomely rewarded.
Ooh.
I prefer titles, perhaps? Something like Defenders of the Realm?
What can we do with that? Get a discount?
Well, it would give you certain benefits. It would basically make you nobles within Wesleyville.
Would we get land here, an estate? I mean, Skulldrake clearly isn't using his estate.
So, before the dragon replaced him, Skuldrake was a good man. I would hesitate to take his estate out of his children's hands. But
Oh,
I
he has
could.
kids.
He does. And
okay.
unfortunately, I now bear the responsibility of explaining to them what happened.
You can make him a hero and say that he was in search of a black dragon, and that the black dragon
Yes.
basically took him out and then came to Wesleyville.
I can give you lodgings in the in my estate until I can figure out what holdings I can give you in general. Are you interested in land or titles or wealth?
Well, I think that
Oxnard has many
title's not
fertile.
too bad. I don't know if we need a large bit of land, but just somewhere that we could call our own when we're here in Wesleyville.
I would take a title.
Yes, definitely a title. Definitely lodgings that we can call our own. Maybe a bank vault that we could store our belongings in safely.
Of course, yes, easily done. The vaults beneath the estate are quite secure.
In fact, maybe we should be checking those out to see if the fake Duke had put anything of interest down there.
If I were to, perhaps with me, go to my estate now, it's very difficult. There could be protocols set up. I'm not sure how deep the corruption goes, and I'm also not sure. Unfortunately, I'm not sure of a lot of things.
Well, I mean, if I can say, Duke, that may be a way to explain any changes or anything that you need to make an anti-corruption push. That that you've uncovered something in the government and you've needed to rout out certain influences or something like that. Some way to show that you're in control, but justify making changes.
There are those nobles who remember Falrith's misdeeds, his original misdeeds. Perhaps I can use, as you were talking about before, if his influence, perhaps the problem is how can I reclaim authority without showing any weakness? I'm in a bit of a bind in that regard, aren't I?
Well, if Falrith, let's say Falrith was perpetrating the corruption, and
Yes.
you've uncovered it and
Yes.
had a team of men lead a strike against him.
Yes.
And that was all you're doing.
Yes.
And now you're doing whatever else you need to do in the name of
You
routing.
hired us to take down the dragon.
Yes. This is all sounding very good. What about my wife?
Well, you could say that Falrith had a plan to try to infiltrate Tower Rudlin and
Yes.
use you as a pawn.
Perhaps she was under Falrith's control, and
She was the pawn. Yes, not the
yes,
Duke, but she was the pawn.
She was the pawn, and I was
But-
perhaps influenced, romantically as it were, by arcane measures. Do those exist? Is that a thing?
Yes,
You
Falrith
could
did this
definitely
to you.
be. Yes, Falrith.
He did this to all
It
of us.
is well known that Falrith actually charmed pretty much most of Windbell.
Yes, of course. Yes, yes. All right. This is coming
That
together.
was underwear.
So then, The one snag in all of this is Moondrop herself. We need to know who else she's been working with, and if perhaps Twizzard, are there arcane methods of wiping her mind?
Yes, by exploding her head. The best one I know. There might be
A forgetful.
less dangerous ones, but that's the one I know of right now. Let me check my little book. Yeah, I don't have anything great.
Well, you might not, but maybe Wimblecat would have a spell that you could learn to do that.
Possibly, that would be good.
Or maybe you could go to Adept
Oh, he's not in the room, right?
Evath,
The dude?
right? And ask if there are
neither
any.
is in the room with you.
Right, maybe you can learn it from this tower.
Yes, I think maybe we could probably find something.
If Adept Rudlin is not part of this, we need to be very careful that we don't...
Upset the balance.
Yes, if Tower Evath were to blatantly modify the memory of the second in command of the other tower, then that would lead to unrest.
It wouldn't be Tower Evath that did it. It would be the Octeum under the direct or indirect order of the man in power. Because is it really right for someone in the magic towers to make a political alliance with the Duke? That I thought was very strange, and that people were accepting of it in the first place.
Are they supposed to be neutral?
Yes.
Yes, traditionally, the politics of Wesleyville as a city and as a duchy we have tried to distance ourselves from the rivalry between the two ancient towers. Yes, the alliance between Moondrop and our dragon friend was definitely unusual.
Which is why I'm surprised that no one questioned you when that happened. The fake you.
I'm sure there must have been talks that occurred, and how my impersonator handled those talks, I'm sure, be dealing with the results for months, if not years. Maybe I should come clean, even if it does show weakness.
But is it really a weakness if you were taken off guard? I mean, what could you do? Your soul was ripped away from you.
I will have to think on this. Although there's an immediate issue of the city guard are probably looking for you for the death of Falrith. Although...
Oh, they don't know it was us.
Okay, that's good.
They think it was a black dragon or some creature, which that's another problem. There is someone from one of the towers or someone who is magic related that can change into a displacer beast. And she was with Falrith the night he died. And I would recognize her if I saw her again.
Oh my. Alright. Alright. And did you fight alongside the city guard against the dragon?
Well, the city guard that we went running with to fight the dragon ended up being
A lot of them
pacified.
were scared.
Some of them were killed immediately. But I do believe that there were some that saw us saying that we wanted to go and help.
Some did help after they had passed on.
What was that?
They were helpful. Some of them were helpful.
They were helpful even beyond their lives.
Yes.
Well, it's good to hear that some of the guard were honorable in their duty. All right. I think we should go to my estate.
All right.
When's the last time you've been there?
I'm quite persuasive, so if you need me, Duke, to help you in any way, you just let me know and I will try to work my words.
I'm not persuaded by that.
Well said.
To work my words. I was going to say my wiles, but...
What's the word I'm thinking of? Words!
I will work my wonders with my words. I don't know.
Your wiles.
This means of wiping Moondrop's memory. You said that is something you need to learn or perhaps prepare?
Yes, there are varying degrees of plans. Plan A would be to learn something to wipe it with magic. Plan B is a rock. I can ask around the magical folk and see if there is some way I could learn something. But I don't have these spells, and oftentimes they are expensive. And we spent a lot of money fighting that black dragon. Might not be able to come up with the money so easily.
The duchy's coffers are at your disposal. How much will you need for this spell?
I will have to ask. I really don't know. But probably around 7,000.
7,000 gold.
I think. I don't know. I'm not a
Agnes is going to
spellologist.
Sending Stone Wimblecat while he's discussing this.
All right.
Hey, Wimblecat.
Agnes, it has only been an hour. What trouble have you gotten yourself into?
Not trouble. Planning for the future. Our plans might require a spell that will cause the subject of the spell to lose most of their memory or select memories. Would there be a spell available, and how much would it cost?
I buzz in to this and break in. I say, it should cost about $7,000. Golders.
Well, Agnes, you are talking about the arcane ability Modify Memory. There are... how long ago do you need to change what they know?
Since the real Duke has last been in power?
Oh my, that is at least a year, I would say then.
Is it really been that long?
I think to be safe, we would assume that. That would be a very powerful casting indeed.
How about since the marriage of Moondrop and the Duke?
That is... When was that?
Exactly. It was more recent.
Are we sure it happened? Are we sure they got married?
Well, she's with child, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm pretty certain that they got married while we were in the, whatchamacallit realm.
You don't need a marriage to make a child.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, I know that, but... And she can't possibly be with child with a black dragon's offspring. Like...
You know what she's like? Watch me.
So it wouldn't be even that Duke's child. It would be someone else's child.
I'm so ashamed because I literally can't remember if they actually got married or if they're just about to get married.
Can we find her?
They were definitely engaged, and I thought that they tied the knot.
Can we find her OBGYN?
Oh my god.
That's going to be a HIPAA issue.
We have ways of getting around HIPAA.
I don't know if they actually got married.
I feel like maybe it was the news. When we got back into town at one point, I feel like the news was that they had gotten married, and then the other news that not everyone knew was that she was with child.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm thinking this was just like within the last several weeks while we were kind of planning our destruction.
We have the Duke here. Can we get word to like the municipal office to check for these records? Don't they have even like a high-powered person gets married? Wouldn't they have a record of it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just ashamed that I don't know the actual answer.
None of us do.
I'm searching back through my notes.
Is this when we do like a flashback scene?
Yeah, we need to do a flashback scene or something. He's entirely out here. All right, here we go. All right, hold on a second. Paelias shocks an invisible Twizzard, classic. These are good times. Bring it back to Wummels. Right, forgetful Johnny, right, okay. Alright, so this is all the way back to Odavakar. Old Marge gives Falrith's head the blood magic special. And Finric gets some special fishing supplies from Old Lang. That was a good time.
Lang's boomers, man.
Paelias and Twizzard managed to make it out, leaving only the old fish finger surprise behind. Oh my gosh. Yeah, where did you first learn about this? This is terrible. Too much real world time has passed.
I know. I'm like, Agnes should know this, but I don't.
Has to be within 24 hours. I don't know how well that would work.
Yeah, basically, modified memory can... Like, if you cast it, like, 8th level, I think it's a year.
Oh.
And then 9th level is, like, any time in their history you can modify memory.
Best I can do is
a
6.
scroll of a 7th or 8th level spell is going to be, like, you know... In theory, it should be, like... 20, 30, 40,000.
Could we ask someone to put that spell into Mr. Twizzard's ring?
That holds up to level 5.
Oh, only level 5. Okay.
Which is the first level you can cast it is level 5.
No. We need this to help the Duke. Can the Duke not summon that much gold?
Yeah, exactly. The Duke could...
Like that's
even on his recognizance, like he should be able to say like I'm good for it.
How much did he say it would cost? 30,000.
I don't think Wimblecat didn't tell you. He was asking how long thing.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, and then we're trying to figure out: is this a year or is this? I didn't think that it was a whole year that we had been... It would only need to be the part where Moondrop and this fake Duke, because if the fake Duke was originally Skulldrake, Moondrop would not have been... Oh, maybe she was, because she made the...
Yeah, the problem is she's had the reason she did what she did, you guys know nothing about, right?
Right, and you shouldn't tell us because that's what we're supposed to figure out.
Exactly.
But it's just, how long has the Black Dragon been in Wesleyville? That's what we need to figure out, because that's as long back as we probably need to go.
Been in Wesleyville or been the Duke?
At least been the Duke, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Skulldrake's weird behavior goes back about a year, I think it was. And then the question is, when did Skulldrake become the Duke? Was when...
Well, I'm pretty certain that the Skulldrake that we dealt with when buying the house was a Black Dragon.
Correct.
So how long ago did we buy the house?
City Hall.
I mean, that would have been like 2 real years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long in the game, though.
I know. I feel like it was still within the year.
Oh, definitely. It has not been...
I mean, we got through like a season. We started in the summer, and now we're just starting winter.
you have done 116 days in real, or 117 days in game time.
Each week is what, 6 days, right?
Each week is 6 days. Hold on, let me bring up my. So dumb. This is D&D, folks. Let me bring up my timeline. Let's check out the timeline real quick. Oh my god. Where the heck is it? This is the type of thing that I should know off the top of my head. All right, here we go. You ready? Agnes meets Mr. Twizzard on the 4th day of the month. Come on. And then...
No weather?
Correct, yes. And then the first... So Finric and Paelias help out at the keep, and you find the shadow amulet. That was only 3 days after that. And the first battle with Falrith was another 3 days after that. So it's been... You guys have known each other basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And so the question then becomes... How much do you infer? It feels like longer.
If we knew that we were dealing with a Skulldrake who then disappeared, we could definitely say that the Black Dragon was the Duke when Skulldrake disappeared. So if we knew Skulldrake sold us a house, whether that Skulldrake was a Black Dragon or not.
But again, the problem is Moondrop. Oh gosh.
Okay, she could still have memories of a Black Dragon. She just can't know about them getting married or her being engaged.
Exactly. The key is I become single again. But how do I become single again in the eyes of the people? We have to have a falling out of some sort.
I will seduce her. She will cheat on you with me.
Well, here's the other thing. If she really is with child, there is no way it would be your child.
It's going to come flying out like a black dragon.
And it was no way a Black Dragon's child either.
How do you know that?
Because the Black Dragon can't have a child with a human.
It takes human form. Why not?
You look over at Brock and
It's not possible.
the Dragonborn, the blood of the... that's ancient. That doesn't happen these days.
Well, something happened.
Right, with
Something happened.
someone else.
Well, we don't even know if she's really with child.
Yeah.
She could be with baby dragon.
Is there
I
a
don't-
DNA test spell I can learn?
Who's your daddy? Can we just bring her to Cherry Springer?
Who's your daddy? The classic D&D spell, who's your daddy?
Just to remind, speaking of questioning her about things, if we do question her at some point, I'm would be able to prevent her from lying. Just
Not that I
kinda
doubt you,
have
but how could you do that again?
Let's just
to hit
have
her
an
a certain
interview
way.
with her.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, what'd you say, Finric?
I just have to kind of hit her a certain way.
Oh,
Like a Vulcan mind meld.
so we need to get her alone.
Yeah. Well, can the Duke? So wait.
Have
She
the Duke
know-
call on her. And
That's
meet.
what I was gonna say. Can we call? Can the Duke summon her? Can the Duke's men summon her? Would they?
Yes, if I return to the estate, I mean, she may be at the estate. Where else would my wife be? I suppose in her own tower. All right, so we go back to the
Yeah, so-
estate. I assert control over the city guard, just make sure that's all squared away. If she's there, we enact our plan then. Otherwise, I entreat her to return home to her loving husband.
You have much to discuss.
This sounds like a good plan.
Then
Because she will have
you-
known that a black dragon was killed. You don't think
Yes.
she's going to be suspicious?
Exactly. And so then, Finric, you enact your truth-telling methods, monastic methods, and we
Interrogate.
figure out when she first had designs on or this plan, and then we simply erase her memory of that plan up until that date. Easy. And you, Twizzard, you will perform the incantation?
Oh, well, I don't know it.
Well, you'll have to stop at Wimblecats, or we have to go upstairs to, Shogren Kovath might know of it.
I will see if I can find someone to
we
get this
could
woman.
we could perhaps well, if they're modifying her memory, they could also modify her memory of them doing it to her, so we could have the adept do it himself.
Sure.
But
But if you have me learn it, I could do it for you anytime you needed it. You know what I mean? Wink, wink. Want to stay out late one night with the boys? Don't want the real wife finding out? Oh.
Don't have a real wife.
Well, when you do, time will come.
I hope to have a upfront and real relationship with my future
Yeah,
wife.
we all do, but things happen sometimes, so I'm just saying. It's always good to have them.
well, it doesn't mean that you
Back
can't
up.
still go out and just enjoy time with your buddies. But anyway,
We're
You
getting a
could
little
just
off
ask
topic.
All right. Can we ring the bell for, like, magic service to find out, like, get the head guy and ask him questions or something?
I think we could probably ask for an audience with him.
All right. And then we can ask.
I am the Duke, after all.
we also don't want them to feel as though they are being
Oh, they're aiding?
aiding in something that's political.
So you want Wimblecat to feel that way? Somebody's got to feel that way.
I think that Wimblecat doesn't have an alliance
We're
to
not just
any-
going to find this spell in the alley behind a garbage can.
Is this
Oh, look at that!
Is this Wimblecat capable of casting the spell himself?
I don't know.
He could not get out of a jail cell.
Well, that's because they took all of his magic stuff. So they probably took his focus. His eye is probably his focus.
Messed up.
They definitely took his eye.
I can get out of jail cell.
He might also not have wanted the wrath that would have come with trying to escape.
Alright. Alright, so we'll make up some other reason why we would want that spell.
What's
All right, well, I'm still on the phone with Wimblecat, am I not?
What did you say, Paelias?
What spell are we really trying to get?
The modify memory, so Moondrop doesn't remember that she got married or is pregnant.
Do we have a true serum spell? Were we looking for that too?
I think we want her to forget.
Well, we first want her to spill the beans.
Oh, yeah.
Then we want her to forget about what she just said.
Finric is the truth serum.
Oh, what are you doing for that?
Got my whatchamacallit.
Whatchamacallit?
My extort truth.
Extort truth.
Okay, because I also have the truth serum that I bought from that person, where when the person affected doesn't know that they've been affected.
Ooh. Well,
We could start with
person
that.
Definitely knows they've been affected.
Yeah, maybe we should just pass her a
Because you
drink.
punched them.
It only lasts a minute though.
Well, a minute is a long... we could have a conversation in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk quick.
Tell us everything you know in a minute. Go.
When I was 3 years old.
Wimblecat.
Fast forward.
Agnes, will you be needing my assistance, Agnes?
It's possible. Would you be able to perform this, or would you be able to provide the scroll to Mr. Twizzard to perform it? The Duke said that any compensation will be covered.
It has been a while since I've used that magic, but I could probably go back about 30 days or so.
Did that do it?
I don't know if that will be enough. We were thinking to be safe, we should probably go back a year.
Can we just use a bunch of those scrolls?
I'm afraid that is not how it works.
Not
What? I'm
cumulative.
sorry. What are we trying to modify? Whose memory? What is this plan, Agnes?
Shogun Moondrop,
Oh.
so that she forgets essentially what her plans were with the Black Dragon to do whatever they were planning on doing.
Well, they were married within the last 30 days.
Okay, well, we can at least get her to forget about the marriage.
She'll remember her baby, though.
But what about everyone else in Wesleyville? They have not forgotten about the marriage.
It was.
How many of those scrolls you got?
ooze.
How many scrolls?
Perhaps
Send a letter to everyone.
perhaps a better plan would be to have them fall out of love for some reason.
Oh, what is that? Conscious uncoupling?
Plan T is right here.
Plan
Plan
Twizzard.
T. Can't be in love with the Duke if you're in love with Twizzard.
Let me get my dragon scale, make my dragon scale armor, and I will go show her, and she'll be like, Duke.
You
Dooku.
love the Twizzard. Full stop.
Well, we could just keep giving forgetful Johnnies. I have one still. We only use like not even a thimble size amount to get that earthworm drunk.
I think the scrolls are better than Forgetful Johnnies.
Yeah, but
I don't-
it's true. Wesleyville will then.
I can go to the Black Bull and put a bounty and say whoever can seduce Shogun Moondrop will get a gold.
The
I say we
Black
just play a
Bull.
bunch of beans.
What's that, Blast?
I say we just plant a bunch of beans.
What if
Plan
we-
Bean is always I'm always up for Plan Bean.
Agnes is not going for Plan Beans unless it's to take over House Rudlin.
Yeah, you can plant them in the house, Rutland.
But
This
we need to get
is.
into Rudlin.
Look, if the Adept Rudlin is in on this, then we have a bigger problem. If it's not,
Maybe
then
that's-
it's his problem to clean up.
Well, maybe that's what we need to find out then, more so than trying to erase Shogun Moondrop's memory. We just need to find out the extent of...
If he is... Whew, if this is a mess within his tower, then it should be his problem to clean up, one way
So then-
or the other.
Can we truth serum him for the minute? Invite him, giving him a couple drinks. Truth serum him. Ask if he knows about Moondrop's plans with the Black Dragon. And if he says yes, then we've got a problem. If he says no, then we say, well, here's the dealio. You need to take care of your Shogun
Let's get him. Where does he like to hang out?
in his tower.
Yes, he's very reclusive. However, it would be... I would be very surprised if he could turn down a direct invitation from his duke. Perhaps there's a banquet that my wife and I are having, and we invite both adepts and both shoguns.
Yes, well, you would have to invite your wife.
Yes, I suppose so.
And we could have Wimblecat there as a backup for any forgetting.
Are we overcomplicating that? Can we just summon him?
Mr. Bones, go get him.
I mean, surely the Duke can summon someone
Yes.
who's dukedom.
Yes. You're right. You're right, I've been in hiding so long I've forgotten that I am the Duke. I rule all of Oxnard. You're right, Finric. Alright, so I demand he meets me at my estate.
I could have performed at that banquet, Finric.
Yeah.
You're just wasting time that you could be spending getting the Dragon Horde. The Dragon Horde pays way better than I'm messaging
The
that.
Dragon Horde is
The
not...
Dragon Horde, what?
No.
What is it about the Dragon Horde?
Whoa, no.
Now, he's seen it, right? I mean, you brought him back from...
Yeah.
He's seen that.
No, he didn't see it because we wound up in Dessen.
Oh, you came out a different place, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fair enough. You want to keep your Dragon Horde your little secret?
Oh yeah,
It's the Ateum Horde now.
it's the Ateum Horde. And it's got plenty of wards that are probably going to keep other things out of it.
Maybe, hopefully. That one troll guy.
Well,
Rummy.
he killed that thing.
No.
The guide. Go.
Oh, the Odiuk.
Oh yeah, whatever his name was. Doo-doo. Dodo.
Oh, the guide.
Yeah,
The guy-
our
wasn't- no.
lizard man guy.
Lizard man guy,
Okay.
right? Oh yeah, there's a whole cult of dragon followers that you guys have to... That's interesting.
Future us can worry about them.
But Agnes met them. She's friendly with them.
Now, not when they realize there's no dragon.
I have beads from them for playing my tin whistle.
Alright.
I'll just wear my beads and be like, see, I'm one of you.
Can we summon this guy? Can someone call him? Say, hey, why don't you come outside?
Get on the banana phone.
Were we going to go back to the Duke's estate first?
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll go back to
And
the
we should
estate.
also check your vaults.
We'll go back to the estate. I'll issue a formal summons to Adept Rudlin. But if Moondrop is there, will I be safe?
we'll be with you.
Yeah, we'll watch your back.
What would be... I mean, if Moondrop was there, would we not just question her first?
I only have one serum.
You could do your punching thing.
I could do my punching thing.
Perhaps... I hate the...
Do you want us to go in first?
Oh, how will I break up with my wife? Oh, God, this is ridiculous.
Why don't you just tell her that you're in love with me?
And then what will happen with us?
Then I'll say, you're not really my type, and
Who turns
I
down
want
a
to
duke?
travel.
Right.
I want to travel. I have.
Duke might like that too. You're saying all the right things.
No, I'm afraid that won't work.
Maybe you could tell her that it was a mistake for you to form an alliance with one of the actual houses, and politically, it's political suicide.
Wait, we're assuming under this case that Shogun Moondrop had no idea that he was a black dragon.
How could she not know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why do you
Yes.
have to have an excuse to break up with her?
I mean, a public excuse.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe she should just like meet an untimely death. That would be a good breakup.
And you would be the grieving widower that everyone could stand behind.
Yeah, are we still going with the Falrith corrupted her type of angle?
We can make her sound as though she was a good person.
This is all Falrith's doing.
What if Falrith killed her?
Mm.
I saw him do it.
Mm-hmm. I can be Falrith. Fascinating.
Oh, well.
Yes, and you could wear your hat of disguise.
Well, but people know that he was killed.
Well,
Couple
there
days
was
ago.
no body.
I'm back from the dead.
There was only a lot of blood, but there was no body.
I'm gonna take
I
you
just come
with
back
me.
and forth.
I don't know. We've got an awful lot of his heads.
We could juggle his heads while being Falrith with the hat of disguise.
It's a lot of Falrith.
Yeah, that'll be our epilogue.
All right, to the estate.
Yeah.
Falrith.
Whatever we can't
Falrith,
figure out, we'll
Falrith.
wing it.
Nice.
Usually works for us.
All
That's
right.
the problem.
The best plans come out of winging it.
Mm-hmm. That's what the A-team did all the time. They never actually had a plan.
They always had a plan.
I love it when a plan happens to come together, luckily.
Yeah.
Hannibal always has a plan.
Is that the famous saying?
That's it.
All right. All right. Well then, we'll just walk over to my estate.
Oh, we could at least get a carriage ride.
You're right.
Yeah, that-
You're right. I wouldn't walk, would I? I'm the Duke.
Yeah.
I shall summon my carriage to this tower. Yes.
But how will they know that you got to this tower?
They just forgot that they saw him come in. Who's keeping
You were
tabs on the Duke?
you were teleported there by the
Hey, it came early in the morning. Everyone was asleep.
All right. Let's just have... Don't you folks have the ability to teleport? You could teleport us all right into my estate.
you would need to show me a teleportation circle.
I can Misty Step.
Don't have a teleportation circle in my estate.
Well, then I cannot teleport us in. But Brock,
work.
you have a teleportation helm, do you not? Why, yes, I do. I don't know exactly how to use it, but maybe.
If,
I have Gust and Fog Cloud. And we can just all stay in a slow-moving cloud.
You can't use dimensional doors there?
That's like
500 feet.
feet, yeah.
You Misty Step plus dimensional door?
That would be 530 feet.
Even better.
How far do we need?
A mile or two?
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, probably a mile or two. Brock does have the helm of teleportation. And has Brock ever been in the Duke's estate?
I don't know if any of us have.
No. Doesn't sound right.
Well, no. So where you met with Skulldrake was the Duke's estate.
Oh, then we could teleport there. I could teleport there.
Wait, is that where it was?
That's the secret.
The secret room?
Yeah, I could teleport to the secret
we've
room.
definitely been in there. We pulled that chest all the way across that floor.
There are many secret rooms. Did they have...
One had a teleport room, or teleport
Skulldrake.
portal.
Skulldrake's room has a teleportation circle.
Without a doubt.
But I wouldn't think that it was the original Skulldrake that had the teleportation circle, but the Black Dragon as so he could enter and leave the city unbeknownst to others.
Twizzard, give me an Arcana check. Actually, Agnes, you can do it too, because you know teleportation circle the spell.
Ooh, I got an 18.
No, I only got a 6.
Womp womp.
Twizzard, you would know that to make a permanent teleportation circle, it needs to be inscribed every day for a year.
Ooh. Do we assume that it was not, that had not been done already? The one we had seen?
To my knowledge, there are no teleportation circles within my estate.
Okay, so there may not be one anymore. Because Goldrick was probably actively doing that every day then?
No, well,
Trying to establish it?
I think the connection Twizzard could make in this moment is that Skulldrake may not have been Skulldrake for a year.
Right. There is definitely a teleportation circle there.
Let's just try to go there.
All right.
Well, I get out my chalk. I happen to have, I think, 2, maybe 3.
Pieces of chalk?
Yeah, or like enough of what I need for like 2 or 3 charges. Yeah, I have 3 charges of chalk for teleportation circle. So, I'll probably need to stop at Wimblecats to, get a few more. Here we go. Drawing the teleportation circle for the secret room in Skulldrake's, whatever, his secret room there.
Draw it big so Mr. Bones can fit through.
All right.
It's just one size fits all.
You guys appear there.
Sweet. Is that chest still there?
Well, we took the stuff out of it. It was platinum.
Someone might have refilled it.
No, it's not been refilled. All right. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm just going to tell the Duke that it is possible that guards might be a little surprised to see him walking out of Skulldrake's office. So maybe we should go first.
They'd be less surprised to see you?
Well, we've technically walked out of this room before.
They're not going to be prepared to see anyone come out, so...
I think I should lead then.
All right.
Just be right behind me.
We'll flank you.
All right. So he comes out, and there's a guard standing on the inside. He's sort of like very startled, comes to attention. Sir. Yes, at ease. I have returned. The Black Dragon has been slain. What do you know of it? Well, many of the city guard were slain themselves in the battle. We feared the worst. We have not known where you were the last few hours. Shall I muster the guard so you can address all of us? No, that won't be necessary just yet. My wife, is she in the estate? To our knowledge, sir, no. She is, I would presume, in Tower of Rudlin, but Well, yes, we had a bit of a falling out, and she's taking some time to cool off. You know how those things are. Of course, sir. Yes, yes. At ease, I will be taking. These are the folks who slayed the Black Dragon. They are the new defenders of the realm. They will be afforded all respect of a noble. Of course, sir. Of course. At that point, another guard comes in from here and sort of like sees you guys and sees the Duke though, and at ease. These are the new defenders of the realm. Please spread the word among the city guard that they are to be treated with all the respect of a noble of Wesleyville, of a noble of Oxnard.
Including the guy with the bones.
Of course, of course, I shall spread the word. He leaves out the door.
Duke, you should probably tell people that we put you under special protection because we were afraid that the Black Dragon was specifically after you.
Yes, that is a good idea. Yes.
And that your falling out could be because Shogren Moondrop thought that she could protect you herself. And you didn't want her to be put in harm's way either, and you had a fight about that.
Agnes, you're good at this.
I told you that I have a way with words.
All right, let's retire to my quarters and discuss this more. Please send my wife to my quarters as soon as she returns. Of course, sir, of course. All right. All right, so you guys follow the Duke to his private quarters within the estate. All right, well, that went better than expected. What's the next move? She's clearly at the tower. What
We've summoned her, but only if she comes over here.
Yes, fair point. We need a way of... Ugh, goodness. This is ridiculous. This whole situation is ridiculous. Alright. So assuming she comes, once she's in this room, what do we do?
Finric hits her. Maybe I can make him invisible.
Then she has to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
We demand to know what she knew
About the Black Dragon?
about the Black Dragon.
Finric, how long does your truth work if you can hit her?
So it is 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
And
We can get quite a bit.
yeah.
So-
So basically, I have to spend a point, and then Moondrop would need to pass a Charisma saving throw of a DC of 15. But essentially, like, I'll get like 4 chances at it, like, because if the first 2 attacks don't hit, I can flurry of blows.
So you're going to pummel this woman.
Yeah, but
He doesn't have to do damage. He could do non-lethal force.
exactly. So
All right.
the unable to speak a deliberate lie and all charisma checks would be made with advantage.
And then I can make him invisible so that he could do a sneak attack and maybe get advantage on that attack. I could also give him Bardic Inspiration, which then he could use to increase anything that he might need to increase.
All right. All right, this seems like a, if not the best course of action, a course of action. He rings a bell and a guard comes to the chamber. Has my wife returned? No, sir. When she does, do not mention the defenders of the realm that they are here. Keep that. She and I see our fight was about who is best to protect me. So please just have her come directly here to the quarters. No mention of the defenders. Of course, sir, of course. I will spread the word. Thank you. All right, she'll come in unaware. We will attack her from an invisible state. We will get the information we need, and we will then come up with a plan from there.
Okay.
Wing it,
Now,
as you say.
should we? Now, in terms of attacking her, like in terms of like hitting her with the spell, do you want me to do that right away, or do you want to see how the conversation starts, and then I'll make sure to jump in at a point that feels appropriate?
Perhaps what we haven't thought about is the fact that she herself is a very powerful wizard.
So, I should do it soon.
I don't think she'll go quietly.
Well, we're not killing her, are we? It's just divorce.
Oh, they were gonna kill her.
Oh, okay.
Or
Maybe.
she may try to kill us, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Oh, she
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm
want
definitely
to
gonna try
go
to kill her. She tries to kill me.
I think marriage is for life.
Well, what we might need to do is, Mr. Twizzard, you might have to wear the hat of disguise. You might need to become
Yes.
Falrith.
Become
and
Falrith,
then
perfect.
have Falrith run out with your misdirection.
Yes. Well, yes, and if she has heard that the Black Dragon has been killed, but perhaps that is not the case, I could pretend to be the Black Dragon still and say that I survived. Falrith here, who is in cahoots, would be here, and we'd have all the advantage.
When do I punch her?
When do you punch her? While she's distracted by
Falrith?
and I.
We definitely doing Falrith?
The
Okay.
rest of
Well,
you should hide.
I figured if we were able to, let's say, kill her, we could do that misdirection thing that you're so good at, Mr. Twizzard,
Well,
but
so I have mislead, which
or
means
mislead.
I stand there and you see me standing there, but really I run off. So you're gonna see me just standing there, like.
Oh, no, you could do whatever you want. I thought you could have it run in any direction.
Well, I can run away, but you will still see me standing there.
I thought you could have your shadow thing do whatever.
I can do one or the other. Like I can run away, or I can make the whatever's left. move
Right,
around.
you should make a fake Falrith run away and have the guard chase, and then you could take off the hat and make it disappear. Or make it disappear and then
Because
take off the hat.
I thought Paelias was going to be Falrith.
Yes, Plies
fine.
could be Falrith. It's just that if we need the guard to see that Falrith was still alive and was the one that killed Sjogren Moondrop,
Yes, yes.
would need the guard to chase Falrith.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, so I would turn invisible, and my false me, I could make it do whatever.
Right.
Okay.
So that you should have the false you run away, and if you're wearing the hat of disguise, I'm assuming that your false you would look like Falrith.
That's
Do
the
the-
question. Isn't it?
Guards kill Falrith? I mean, people know he's a powerful wizard as well.
Falrith would disappear.
Maybe so Falrith disappears. He's killed my beloved wife.
Then you send the Auteum.
I send
to
the
find him,
defenders of the realm to exact retribution.
and then we
It's
bring
perfect.
back his head.
It's perfect. All right.
Paelias, can I borrow your hat?
Yeah, here you go.
Sweet. Alright. Oh, it's me, Falrith.
The one slight qualm I have in all of this is if she is innocent and really did fall in love with a dragon.
Well, but
I'm sure
that's
you guys
when
will.
we exact truth.
Right, of course, we'll know that. We won't kill her right away. We'll find
Let's
out.
just decide that.
Yes, all right. All right.
So
Sorry, who's
should I
being
make-
Falrith?
Mr. Twizzard is going to wear the hat of disguise and imagine Falrith.
I put the hat on and turn into him.
I'm going to change Finric into invisible, and that will last for 1 hour or until he attacks.
I'm gonna hide in the closet.
He's doing it. Perfect.
Oh, you get inspiration for that, my friend. Inspiration for that.
I mean, I could actually make. I think I could make up to. Let's see. If I do a high level invisibility spell, I could do up to 3 targets, in addition to myself. So I
How
could
long?
for an hour,
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
or until somebody attacks. But I would have the concentration, so I wouldn't be able to do anything else while we're supposed to be invisible.
Okay.
But I could change Paelias, myself, Brock, and Finric all invisible. Is that what we would like to do?
Sure.
Mr.
Rocky.
Bones, stand in the corner.
Oh, well, Mr. Bones, Mr. Bones could, I don't know, hide in the
I'll
closet.
just face the wall.
Well, Brock can turn to smoke.
I
That's true.
could turn into a gaseous form, yep. I could also turn into a small beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Oh,
might be a good
Beetle,
idea.
Beetle,
So
Beetle.
I can make Mr. Bones invisible then. If Brock will be a small beetle.
I'll be a small beetle.
Okay.
I like
All
turning
right.
into things that start with B. Bears, beetles, beagles.
Battlestar
Beagles, babies,
Beats.
badgers. All right, I'm going to cast invisibility for me and +3.
All right.
I put the hat on. I look like Falrith.
You sure do. Look at you.
It's good to be back.
All right. So, Agnes is invisible. Mr. Bones is invisible. Paelias is invisible. Brock is a beetle on, say, Paelias' shoulder. Finric is invisible. Twizzard is Falrith. The Duke is the Duke. And Shogren Moondrop is announced within the hour. And she enters the room and sees Falrith and the Duke standing together.
Finric's 1 out of 10 first. And try to extract truth.
I feared you were dead. How did you survive?
Who are you talking to?
Oh shit!
Both of them were feared dead.
Oh god, this is hard. Why? How did I let this happen? The Duke turns to Falrith. Falrith turns to the Duke. The Duke turns to her and says, "No mere mortals could destroy me. As for this one," he turns to Falrith.
Yeah.
Walrus just starts maniacally laughing.
I managed to sneak away.
I
Wasn't
was-
too hard.
I was there that night. I tried to stop them, but the tide was against us.
Yeah, you
Does
look too
Agnes, can Agnes do,
Agnes, you're invisible. This was the woman who was in Falrith's room.
shouldn't I have known her then? Was she not at, Lady Norfolk's thing?
Oh god, she was.
You didn't recognize her.
Maybe she was in the disguise.
Yeah, she wouldn't go there like it's me. She'd have her hood up.
Well, she was just sitting at the writing desk or standing at the writing desk.
It's true.
I clearly saw her.
It's true.
She's disguised.
And she clearly saw me.
Roll a history
But
check.
I was disguised. I was disguised, though.
Maybe you forgot. Roll a history check. Let's see if you forgot.
You forgot.
Yeah, I did.
Yes!
But
Yes!
I now recognize her.
No retconning necessary. You now recognize her. You're like, I should have remembered.
It was a battle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there was a lot of pressure that night. There was a lot going on.
But I do recognize her now.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'm gonna sending stone.
Sending stone.
I'm gonna sending stone Twizzard and suggest that he asks Moondrop what the adept thinks, as just a broad question.
I respond, you just made me remember I have my own underpants, finally, and I'm me. I should try putting them on. But later, I'll do that later. Sorry, what did you want me to ask her?
Oh my god. What does
Oh my god! Roll! I don't even know what to roll!
It's just...
And there was sending stone, and it was fine, and she can't hear.
Maybe we should.
Wait, that was sending stoning?
Yes, that was sending. I didn't say that out loud. No.
Oh, okay. I really thought you said that out loud. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, Tim, can you please just...
Okay. I ask her what Steven asked me.
What does the adept think?
Oh, well, what does the adept think?
She looks from you. Oh, man. You ask, what does the adept think? Alright. Oh.
It's so general. It could mean anything.
This is bad. Okay. Hold on.
Then you get ready to punch.
Yeah.
Wind it up.
I message Agnes. Sending stone Agnes and be like, this isn't a truth serum punch, right? This is a try to take her down punch.
Well, we might as well find out what she knows, if possible, and then take her down, right? Or do you think she's just gonna fight
She's pregnant.
and not answer the questions?
Gotta hear
Because she can't lie, but she can also just not speak, right?
Correct.
Gotta hit her nicely. She's with child.
Well, let's see how she answers this adept question.
Okay.
Maybe she didn't hear me. It's taking a while.
No, she definitely heard you. This is a problem. Oh man, let me think a minute. So who she thinks is Falrith says, what does the adept think in front of the Duke? You can tell. You can tell that there's a complex wave of emotions that washes over her momentarily. Paelias, where are you? And can you see and hear what just happened?
Yeah, I think I'm just invisible, right? But I'm just like in the room still.
All right. All right. Paelias. You hear who you know to be Twizzard, disguised as Falrith, say this. When you hear this, you hear inside your head, telepathically, fascinating.
Okay.
I was actually in cahoots with her to destroy the dragon and take the tower for ourselves. You've really stepped in something. And I think that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Damn it! Faller's still alive!
Oh my god! I knew it! That is dying. The cockroach.
And as you hear this voice, Paelias, let me just make sure. You're the one who... Oh my gosh. This is so good. You're the one who attuned to the Ring of Mind Shielding, correct?
The Ring of Mind Shielding?
One of Falrus.
Is that a recent
Maybe. I
one?
don't know. Let's see.
Or yeah,
I
the
have
ring
a
of
ring of
the
protection.
Ring of Mind Shielding. Yeah, it's you have it equipped and you are attuned to it according to your character sheet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ring of Mind Shielding. Yep.
All right, that is where we're gonna end the session for tonight.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Whatever this is on BND Live.